Welcome to my channel. Let's relearn the perfect 10. Friends, today we are going to discuss about business correspondence the easy way.
Friends, as we know, correspondence is not a new term for us. But with respect to the changes and development in the technology, we need to re-explore it. Here, you need to identify some of the synonyms of the word correspondence by guessing the word formed out of the following set of alphabets. Can you guess it? Yeah, exactly. That is email. One of the fastest way of communication. Let us move to the next one. Yeah, it is the message we need to convey across various people at different hierarchies. Let's try this. Yes, letters, which play a very critical role in the process of correspondence. Next, move on to the next word. Let us try to find out. Yeah, that is post, which plays a key role in the correspondence process. And the final one, yes, exactly. We are talking about the communication, which is essentially required as of the correspondence process is concerned. So in general, here the correspondence is all about email, messages, letters, post and communication. But that is for the layman. Now, after understanding the correspondence and the general ideas about the correspondence process, let us move on to the main agenda, that is the importance of correspondence in the business. Friends, with globalization policy, the concept of not only business has changed, rather the whole human life is being impacted. Add to that, the rapid changes in the technology with respect to extensive usage of artificial intelligence and IoT with the intro of IR 4.0. In the true sense, we are living in a global village. Now, with respect to this globalization concept, the industrial dimensions and business dimensions have changed. Here, the business works like a system. So, it has its own internal operational processes, subsequent external operational and strategic processes. And to accomplish the business goals, either internal or external, the systematic correspondence is required among all the stakeholders of the business as per the new change dimensions. Friends, business is not a single shop activity. It's a process which involves extensive documentation. There are thousands of transactions that are happening under each process. Each transaction will generate data. These data are to be recorded, and now this recorded data has to be manipulated, processed, and to be brought into different formats. Different structures are essentially required to be followed. We need to have different styles, and there are different types, and so many number of such factors are involved, and these all factors all together we can call it as business correspondence. The modern theory of decision making by Herbert Simon emphasizes more on information as a key factor for decision. Information has to be either processed or procured by the business houses. Now here, the transactions which are taking place in the business processes will be helpful in generating the information. And this information has to be reframed or manipulated, processed into a particular form that is essentially required by the user at a particular hierarchy in the business process. Hope you liked and subscribed my channel. If not, please do subscribe my channel. Let's relearn by Santosh Tirvi. Coming down to the basic principles in business correspondence, there are different perspectives by different researchers. There are global conventions to be followed, but for a beginner, there is a need of understanding basic principles which effectivize the process of business correspondence. Friends, as of my experience of over 15 plus years in this communication industry, I strongly recommend to follow the 4 important factors which effectivizes the business correspondence process. And they are: formats, grammar, stylistics, word usage. Today, we are going to focus on the formats. Format is essentially required when it comes to writing a professional business letter. It is expected that a format has to be strictly followed as per the organizational correspondence or communication policy or as per the set standard norms. Formats makes a huge difference in communication as the readability of the document increases. And we can't produce the first impression second time. As there are various formats of writing a business letter, a careful and proper planning will suffice the purpose of correspondence, and one can improvise the process of communication itself. A special focus is to be given to the format when we plan to write a business letter. Here we need to give a special focus to the format when we plan to write a business letter. There are different layouts, but the most common layout is a block format. Hence, the whole letter is left aligned with a single space and a double space for the paragraphs. Further to the formats, full block form and modified block form with an indented paragraphs are two main patterns of the current layouts in use. Here we need to understand there are 8 possibilities which can be formulated when it comes to writing the business letters. Here we can see business letters can be of 2 types, personal business letter and a formal business letter. Here we can have a block as well as modified with mixed and open punctuation marks styles. Okay, coming back to the next important aspect, that is fully blocked style. Now it is one of the most popular practice of displaying a business letter. Its remarkable feature is that everything like date, the inside name and address, salutation, subject, heading, and each body of the letter, that is the paragraph, message paragraph, and complimentary closure is to be begin at the left hand margin. Now here you can see an example of business letter that is of blocks style, when everything is at the left hand side, including the date, the inside address, the salutation, body of the letter, the complimentary closure, everything has to be in the left align. This is called as block style letter. Moving down to the modified block form with an indented paragraphs, that is indented style, is a traditional British practice with the heading usually in the middle and the date on the right hand side. The complimentary closure may be in the center or commence at the center point, and mixed punctuation is often used. Now here we have a semi-intended style, or you can say even the modified one, wherein you can see the inside name and address, attention line, salutation will be starting from the left margin. The body of the letter would be beginning of each paragraph is indented with 4 or 6 spaces. You can get a subject line, date in the center. As far as the complimentary closure and signature is concerned, it can be close to the right of the center. This is an example of the modified indented block style. You can see it's the inside address in the center. Again, the left alignment is there. There is a spacing for the paragraphs of 4 to 6 spaces. Again, the salutation at the center, and then the complimentary closure. The generally accepted formats of the business letters, there are 3 formats are there. The first 2 are the full blocked and the blocked, wherein in full block you can see the left aligned. In block style you can have the variations in the alignment, and this is the third type, what we call it as a semi-block style. Let us have a quick review. Business as a process. There are transactions that generate data. The data is processed to form information. Records are created for business decisions to achieve the business goals. Now, in order to get these records into a proper form, a specific style or a particular format, by the different users at the different hierarchies, we need to have a proper business correspondence. This will suffice the purpose of communication. Friends, keep watching for the upcoming video that is on business letters.